Good evening again. I'd like to call the Committee of the Whole for the Village of Cary for February 20th, 2024 to order with roll call.
Dudek,
Here.
Collier,
Here.
Stefani,
Here.
Galpine. Here.
Thank you. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Now, moving to the public comment, the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. We have nobody signed in. Is there anybody who would like to address the Committee of the Whole? None said. We'll close open forum at 6:41. Moving on to the one item we have, is the discussion of Cary Lake at Rotary Park Pavilion rental policy discussion.
Thank you. Tonight we're going to discuss the pavilion or new pavilion. We've got a lot of excitement around this new structure at Rotary Park. Staff's received a few inquiries, one or two I know at this point, of people looking to rent the facility. So as summer comes near, those numbers are going to increase, and we are looking to get some feedback from you on that application. Permit application. Mostly some of the things we're looking at tonight is fee structure and what we would like that to look at or look like. So as we were doing our research, we went around to very nearby communities. The mindset was that if somebody's looking to rent the pavilion, they're probably going to be within a short distance of where we are right now. They'll be looking at nearby communities and what they have to offer in relation to what Rotary Park has. Crystal Lake and Cary Park District, Crystal Lake Park District and Cary Park District, their rental rates are very in the same ballpark. They've got a resident rate and a non-resident rate. Both of these locations do allow alcohol at the location with an additional fee and an additional deposit as well. Huntley Park District, the rates are a little bit higher for both resident and non-resident, and they do not allow alcohol with their rentals. As we were diving into this and thinking about it internally, staff, our mindset kept going back to the same thing. Cary Park District, I think our thought process is we wanted to keep it as close to the Park District as possible. As people are renting the facility, they're going to, we don't want to, one, cause confusion, and provide the amenities that we provide are very close to what they provide. So if we could structure it similarly in the application process and the requirements, that way the residents and users around the community would know similarly what they are, whether they're coming here or through the Park District. Cary Park District rental structures, they're $50 for non-resident and $100 for, $50 for resident, $100 for non-resident for two of their smaller parks. And Caper Park, they've got $100 for resident and a $200 fee for non-residents. You can see on the screen here the deposits required without alcohol is $100 a day, and the rental with alcohol is $225, and those alcohol permit fees go up based on the number of people that will be at the facility. They also have a 8-hour max rental time. Their time frame pretty much across the board is 9 a.m. to dusk with that 8-hour max rental time. So you can see up here our staff's recommendation for the rental fee structure, kind of mirroring what we were just talking about, keeping it very close to the Park District's structure, available hours 9 to dusk with an 8-hour maximum rental time. We'd have different fee structures for the resident and non-resident. Resident fee would be $50 and non-resident fee would be $100. And if the board would allow alcohol, we would have a deposit of no alcohol deposit of $100 and an alcohol deposit of $200, and that there would be an alcohol permit cost of $200 as well for that. Some of the standard items that we would require is a hold harmless agreement, having the group that is renting the facility sign a hold harmless agreement, waiving the village harmless of any liabilities or damages. And we would require a certificate of insurance and naming the village as additionally insured on 2 separate occasions, one when there is alcohol permitted and with groups that were over 50 people. Obviously, that is subject to discussion, and we would like to hear some feedback on what you guys are thinking, if you're in agreement as we start to structure that permit application.
Just one comment Eric reminded me of. When we were talking about resident and non-resident, through our annexation agreement with Algonquin, Algonquin would be considered a resident. So any use of any things that would involve a fee at Cary Lake at Rotary Park, the residents of Algonquin are considered residents.
I'm good with
Village residents, right? So
Village,
they're not, yeah.
the fees. I'm fine with. I have a question about the insurance for when alcohol is permitted or groups over 50. How do they obtain that? Will it be through our website? Will they be able to do that? Or they got to do that themselves?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
So the insurance, the people that are renting it, would they have to acquire that themselves, or would we provide the insurance?
They would have to acquire that themselves.
And that's easy to do. That's normal for rentals.
Yeah,
It is. Okay. I
You
just
can get
didn't
a
know.
rider for a day
Okay.
for your homeowners and stuff.
Gotcha.
I think the the group size shouldn't matter. It could be 2 people. And, you know, just as liable to get sued for 2 as you would for 200. So I would move that down to anybody, 0. You know.
The hold harmless agreement sounds like would be for anyone, but it's just the additional insured for the groups over 50. And I think that's more of along the idea of like if it was a large party, a gathering, that they would probably be getting, a wedding reception, that insurance would be required. I don't know if it's limiting to get, if there'd be a question of insurance for like 2 people, what would, or a birthday party getting insurance that had no alcohol? I think
Is
that
that-
was the reason for the 50.
Is that what the Park District requires already?
Park District has it a little more open-ended. They say that basically on a case-by-case basis, they can require a certificate of insurance, and depending on the permit requirements. I was trying to limit that because when you get 20 people and then the next group has 22 people and we're requiring it, then it's just easier when staff has
When there's
structure
enough.
for that, yes.
So what does our hold harmless agreement cover? Is that just injury? It has nothing to do with,
The hold harmless is, through the permit application, it would be a form that they're filling out that they are waiving the village of any liabilities or damages. I could pull what theirs are, but those are the 2 that I remember from their form.
We have a similar form that we require individuals to fill out if they are participating in an adopt a roadway. So any of those participants, we require to fill out a hold harmless, or Earth Day. The Earth Day cleanup, we usually require residents to fill out as well.
So basically, the hold harmless is if they hurt themselves or somebody in their party, they can't sue us. The insurance is if they damage something there, it covers that. Okay.
Exactly, yes.
I'm not a fan of the $50. Being a resident, and we're trying to flock people in that direction. I think 50. I would actually like to see that lower, but that's just my own 2 cents. I'd actually like $10, $15 if you're a resident, and then keep everything else the same. Because I know that we've been really trying to push and try to utilize that whole section over there. I don't know what that $50 is really covering, and I understand you're trying to keep it the same with what the Park District is. What's that $50 technically supposed to be covering, or is that just a number just to keep it consistent with everyone else?
I mean, I'm sure the intent is, there are costs. Public Works would likely go inspect, clean up, clean the garbage cans, refill the liners, whatnot, and then prior to them getting their deposit back, we'd have staff go back out there clean up and inspect just to make sure there was no damage.
I feel like you guys are already doing that, though?
We are down there a lot.
But this is after, I understand what you're coming from, but when we first decided to do this, we wanted to make sure that we were covering all of our costs, because there's staff time. Now, if somebody comes to the counter, they want to do this, it's staff time to do these things. We wanted, I think $50 is affordable. Originally, when we first talked about this, it was gonna be a little bit more, and we thought $50, $100, or whatever it was.
Otherwise, I think if you do $10 or $15, you're gonna have people go, I want it this week, and I want it this week. And then it becomes an issue where, is it really open for the community? If someone wants to go and use it for a particular party, I don't think I would hesitate saying, if I'm gonna use this for a party venue, paying a small deposit to do that. But if I hit it $10, $15, I think that a lot of people are just gonna reserve it, just, heck, I just want that. You know, why not? I'll pay $10, $15. They pay that to do a paddle boat out there.
Yep.
So I see the continuity with trying to say what the park district is doing.
Right.
And just keep us ahead of the game. We want to keep this pristine. You know, we're trying our best from a standpoint of, hey, we want to keep this whole area nice. There will be additional costs. Yes, they're coming out there to clean it, but if you do have a party, there's going to be more garbage bags out there. There's going to be more things going on than just the normal wear and tear where Public Works is going out there.
What's the
I think it's pretty cheap.
capacity now?
I'm sorry.
Parking capacity now?
There's 36 parking spots and 2 additional handicap spots.
So if you had 100 people that wanted to go there, you'd have a heck of a time with parking, wouldn't you?
If there's 2 or 3 per car, you get pretty close to that number, but yeah, any less than that, you would be hard pressed.
We do, one of the things too is, we do allow parking, like when they did the Brew Fest, or we've had other things we've.
On the
had.
grass.
Yeah, right. Say
We
we're
allow it on the
parking
grass then.
grass.
We did allow parking.
That's the
on
only exception to parking on grass. It's not someone's home.
Yeah, it's just temporary for an event at a public space, but we do have the
Grass.
capability of adding grass parking.
And with these approvals for the rental, that could be accounted for and at least identified, then need for the overflow parking in that designated area
If
that
you
we,
have
that we
so
do
many
allow.
people when they say it's over 50.
Correct.
Any
Have
other
we had,
thoughts?
have we had inquiries, formal inquiries to rent it? Yeah. From groups or families or what? Both?
We've had a couple people call Public Works I know of that have asked, hey, can we rent that? They didn't give the context of how many or what their group was gonna look like or what it was for, but we have had at least maybe 2 that I'm aware of, so.
They'll get more as it gets warmer. Got completed in the cold weather, so,
Yeah, because it wasn't complete last fall.
right? It is nice. I've been over there a few times.
Great
Amenities.
setting. yeah.
Super nice.
So,
I'm good.
Anthony, are you okay with $50?
I am okay with it, but.
See how many rentals we get.
Are you, is everybody, do I have a consensus here with what's presented
Yes.
by staff?
Yes.
What I like about it is the continuity with the park district.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be
If
different.
I don't want to be like, well,
Undercutter.
Village is undercutting
Right.
our event space. I'm like, that's not the whole thing.
No.
We're not doing this to be a revenue generator. We are doing it to cover our
Neutral.
costs and make sure that the facility is well maintained. And I think
Yeah.
most people will understand that. And then obviously the deposits are refundable,
Right.
or redefundable.
It depends whether they serve alcohol or not.
Really.
Mark, I just want to, since we have an attorney here to address it, so what is the process of applying for that? They'd have to get dram shop insurance? Is that what they would have to buy?
They would have to have coverage. You can certainly determine the type of coverage that they would have to secure and how you would indemnify through it or as an additional insurer. You can be specific. And typically, what I have recommended in those instances is you can go to any insurance broker and say, what is the insurance that I need to have in this instance for this kind of event? And that's the requirement that you then provide to whoever's coming in asking for it. So it really is it can be a very specific kind of coverage, and so long as you are, disclosing what that is to whoever's applying to use it and providing the deposits and everything, then you should be covered. And that's just the standard that you impose for whatever situation. different depending on the type of event. If it's alcohol, included, then that's gonna be a different kind of coverage than it might be if it's not. So I typically rely on brokers. The agreement itself and the whole harmless is what essentially imposes these requirements and makes it a contractual obligation to have it, and conditions of using it. But then the coverage should be specific to whatever we have.
Is there a reason why we have not gone down the route of saying like, hey, we will do it, we will get everything for it, and it's an additional $15, $20, whatever it is?
Or I was thinking, do we give residents,
No,
The issue there being that what you're looking for is perhaps there's an entity behind the
Yeah.
event, and they have their own coverage to begin with, so they can just extend it and do the endorsement.
Got it.
And that expands it, so then it becomes unique to whoever's coming in.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm just saying
And
options.
they
So
might
like you can
additional
go
costs.
down that route, or we have it to where you can pay us, or it's $20 or whatever it is, so that you don't
I
have to
think
worry about it.
the best approach is to have the requirement, and
They
then
provide it.
present you with the information necessary to show that they
Yeah.
obtain the coverage, that you are an additional insured, whatever it might be, and that's perfectly acceptable.
I totally understand what you're saying. I'm thinking, I'm a resident, I'm gonna go, or even a non-resident, I wouldn't even know where to start. So that's what I'm saying, is some type of guidance to say, hey, we have some options for you, or we have partnerships for you. Or at least some one pager that says, hey, this is what you can do. You may have insurance already, you need to go look,
Clickable
so on and so
link,
forth.
something.
Yeah. Yep, just something to kind of go through and explain it a little bit more.
And we have a
I
permit
agree.
process, obviously, so if those
Yeah.
questions come up of how do you go about
We
it,
have
that could be
FAQs.
answered at that time with the application.
Perfect.
Just keep it in mind that this process of having the applicant secure the additional insurance and so
Yeah.
forth, that is a standard process, as staff has indicated with the research of other park districts and other communities that have the same allowance. It's a kind of it's a luxury and an additional amenity to have this added on and the ability to do this. And we're not asking for anything unusual that other
Absolutely.
places,
And I'm
other
not, I'm
residents
not
should be
fighting
used
that
to.
at all. By all means, don't take it that way. It was just more of a guidance for the residents and non-residents to say, hey, this is where you can go, or at least providing
give them
that
a
information.
suggestion sheet?
That's all.
Well, like
FAQs.
we do with,
Definitely, yeah.
like we do with, somebody calls about a contractor, we give them a list of approved
Yes.
contractors.
Correct.
And you
Or
make your own choice.
FAQs,
Yeah.
here's what it is.
Here's what
we
you should
follow
do,
through.
call your
and
Yeah,
as it
A lot of
relates,
homeowners insurance have a rider for that too.
Correct, they do.
When we rent our shelter out, there's a rider on our homeowners, and you
That's
just put on your
usually-
applications, check your homeowners first for,
Correct, I think that's what you do on your FAQs
Right.
is say,
Even just proposing something like that, so when you go in for the permit, you say,
yeah,
hey, you may
check your
already have
homeowners,
it.
I may have it right. you
correct,
know.
call your agent.
Thank you, David Miller from Lake Julian.
I would just like to ask, can you please verify with the other villages that you took the survey from, how they handle insurance? I mean, to me, I'm worried about some individual, I mean, we have a lake there. Some individual has a little bit too much to drink and wanders off, and next thing you know, somebody died.
so
I'm concerned about that kind of thing happening.
absolutely. So prior to us finalizing any application, what we will do is actually speak to our own insurance company, and we will ask them to provide what they believe is the proper coverage that we would need for any event out there. And that's been our practice for anything like this. We will speak with IRMA and verify what's needed. I will say, the Village of Cary as additional insured is going to be the first thing they request, but we will definitely get the parameters that they'd like to see.
Perfect.
So I guess I should have said, is this something that you would like to have alcohol be part of the?
Yeah, we should ask.
Yes. I don't mean it sound like,
I know.
I'm just saying, if someone's gonna hold some event and pay for something,
Well,
And
you know,
they're gonna pay
Huntley,
extra for
Huntley
it.
doesn't allow alcohol. I'm just.
well, you know, we're not
Well,
Huntley.
then
I know
people,
we're
then
not
people,
Huntley.
then people just sneak it in, and you don't.
They do. No, but I just, I knew we talked about that before. I knew that. I just wanted to make sure that, since we're discussing this right now, that we have a total understanding that it's implied.
Yeah.
Any other
I think great
comments?
job with setting this up
Yeah,
and
can't wait.
getting us a great framework,
for
so I appreciate it, guys.
Very easy, concise to read.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to get the rest of the landscape. I'm always wanting that one extra
Can't
thing.
wait to rent it.
Right, Director Noonan? Huh?
Yep, we're ready.
Will the village
The
rent it
60
out
agrees
first and
today
try
fired 'em
a
up.
test run on it? Do we want to do that?
Yeah, village.
No, no. All right, all right. Enough of this, huh? All right, Ty, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 7 o'clock.